Hey everyone, CG Meta here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create the animation that you just saw, all the way from downloading Blender to uploading the final video onto your YouTube channel. Let's see how it's done. As Christopher Nolan stated, you're never going to learn something as profoundly as when you learn it out of pure curiosity. And I have the same exact philosophy when it comes to creating animations. So the first step to creating any animation is inspiration. And I have gotten inspiration from songs, video games, and even other people's animations. The key to creating a successful animation is being as efficient as possible. And in order to do that, you have to storyboard before you even touch Blender. Alright, so this is the main screen of Blender. This is what you'll see when you first enter Blender. You have to hit General in order to get a new project. This is what you start with, it's just a cube. We're going to actually hit Shift A and insert a plane as our floor. And hit Control V to import our car. That's what we're going to be using as our main model. It's more realistic if the tires are a bit under the ground. It kind of gives our car wheels a more grounded look. If you hit N, you can actually lock the camera to your view, and you can switch to the camera by hitting 0 on your number pad. That will switch in and out of your camera. It's always a good practice to immediately save your project because Blender does not automatically save projects, and you can lose hours of work as I have done. I'm currently making the Y resolution 850 pixels to make it more of a widescreen cinematic appearance, and I am saving the output of this video as an FFmpeg video in H.264 in MP4 format, and I'm saving it to my desktop because that's where I want it to be. And you want the video codec to be perceptually lossless when you export it. And then we are currently running an Eevee, which is a much faster kind of engine than Cycles, and this is the wireframe mode. So when you want to do wireframe stuff, this is how you can see every part of the car without dismantling the whole thing. So then maybe think of something different. Then we also have model mode. So this is the easiest, second easiest mode to run, and this is where you can see the models of your car without any colors. Here's the shading editor, and this is how you shade the textures, change the colors of the car and stuff like that. You can actually make glass clear, you can turn lights on, stuff like that. It all comes into play through the emissions and shading editor. So now I turn on the lights, rear lights, I'm working on that right now. And now we have a basic car that is blue. I'm currently checking the reflections of lights just to see how it works. And I'm giving the world a little bit of more realism and depth. And I have to look at a video there to see how to do it. So now I'm giving the floor a little bit of realism, and I'm making it into a more of a glossy kind of glass-like floor. And I want it to be more of like a studio, like a car studio. So I'm making a box around the car, and I'm just changing it to look more like a floor.
So here's the difference. If I said, hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make scrambled eggs. Or, hey guys,
the walls should be completely black so you don't see them in the render. And when you actually let your scene properly, it will actually look like a full-on room. And here I'm just thinking of a song that I want to apply to my Blender, and I chose Deadwood as my song. Lighting is also extremely important in Blender, especially during these settings. So you have to hit Shift A, and then if you scroll down, you can actually see lights, and that's how you add a light. And you can add multiple different kinds of lights. There's area lights, point lights, key lights, multiple things. I actually decided to make it a 3-car collection, and I made one of them green, and I made one of them black. And I thought that glossy black didn't look that realistic, so I made it matte black. And I actually wanted a more structured light setup, so what I did is I added an area light. I made it into a rectangle, and then I added 4 other ones, conjoined them with Control J, that joins them. I made a secondary one of those, and then made them purple, blue, and 2 orange to add some key lights. And I actually moved that to the back, so it'll actually look like the car is being lit from behind. And the way I do my Blender work is I will listen to the song, and then I will model my Blender scenes after the cuts or beats in the song. So I'm just listening to the song over and over and over again as I'm working to just see what it would look like when I actually make the Blender. And I'm kind of storyboarding all out in my head, and sometimes I actually storyboard it on paper itself. It makes it much easier. And you can actually import the song into Blender's video editing section, and once you import the song there, it'll actually play with your playback. And I'm just playing it over and over again and marking each beat in the song. So if you hit M on the timeline, you can add a marker, and I'm adding markers for each and every beat that happens within the song, so I know exactly where I can cut the camera, and I can add a second transition cut or transition to the next shot. This is the animation tab in Blender. This is what you use when you want to animate a camera. On the left-hand side, in the left-hand panel, you can actually see what the camera sees in real time. It's called the rendered view. On the right-hand side, I have model view, so I can see the cars in detail. I can see what's going on, and it's not that hard to process for computer graphics. At the bottom, I'm actually just adding keyframes to my camera. So everyone, you guys know how to keyframe. And keyframing is very important in Blender. So I'm actually keyframing the lights to turn on a certain beat. So the lights will be off, and then they will suddenly turn on, just like that. And this is me rendering out my animation. And this took about an hour and a half in real time. And that's it. That's the first scene of my animation. Now we just enter Premiere Pro, and we just import the song and the animation, and now I can just test if my I can just match up the beats in real time in Premiere Pro. And I quit Premiere Pro, go back in Blender, and I start working on the next scene. And that's how you do it.